So, what's going on guys, Kids here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you a new Dragonheir Silent Gods tier list for PvP and PvE. So this game in general has a bunch of fun heroes that we can play, and we have a very unique variety to choose from. But the big question is, which heroes can actually perform the best and do the highest damage and much more. And just before we start, I want to clarify that yes, this video is sponsored, but I'm not getting paid for saying positive or negative things about the game. All that they said is just to give a try to this game and see if I like it. So this game just launched globally and is now available on the PC through the Epic Game Store, Steam, Mac, iOS and Android. So you can download the game right now using the link in the description, and if this sounds interesting to you, then let's get right into it. So then let's move over to the first hero category, which is the S tier. And all of the heroes that you can right now see are one of the best in this game, as we have over 100 different heroes to showcase, so I won't be explaining each and every single one, but for each tier we will just look into some of my most recommended heroes that you should definitely level up. So then let's start with Alexabri. She will blind enemies and can put shields on allies. She is the full package of annoying to deal against while healing, buffing and also charming enemies against each other, with her ultimate that can also reduce their energy. Then the Gul'dan is a control hero, but his ultimate is extremely strong, that not only deals good damage to every enemy on the map, but he also heavily heals all allies and dispels them. But on the other hand, the Tamar has very good damage. He has crazy control and overall is very useful in pretty much all team compositions, and against most setups with various gate control effects. Then the Oster is a great enabler for Frost teams, as he will keep Frost on target pretty much at all time, and he also has some nice damage output. This hero is amazing for both PvP and PvE. Then for one of my most favorite heroes we have the Ergander. He's amazing self-shielding tank that also has crazy damage output. Then Gillian is one of the best healers because she has amazing protection that goes well with pretty much all the teams in the game. And then lastly, for my recommendation we have the Horus, which is a great budget hero that has good taunting as a tank, and also he can self-heal when he gets attacked. He's an epic hero, but lucky for you, any player can get him as a 3-day login gift, and he can easily keep up with other legendary heroes in his team. So then now let's move over to the next category, which is the A tier. And the same thing as in the previous one, all heroes that you can right now see are worth this rank. So then for my first recommendation, we are going to start with the Mithril. She can rescue any ally from a fatal strike, while at the same time heal teammates and bring back fallen allies. She is a great hero for beginners or players that enjoy more of a support type of playstyle. Then next up we have the Ogag. He's great to remove control effects, plus healing, plus enemy defensive buffs, and even the immortality totem, so he's more meant for pure endgame content. Then next up we have the Zhal'Tach. He's another quite amazing hero with great captain skill. He can as well periodically heal when dealing damage, and he has very good damage control and damage output. Then after him we have the Nasyenka. She is very similar hero to the previous one, with similar captain skill that increases ATK for all allies in all battles and converts her attack speed into additional crit rate, and her skills mainly will burst down and keep the damage high on the enemy. That works simply great in almost all team compositions. Then next up we have the Tauren. He's great hero to keep your teammate alive, although there are few better options, but if you need your front row hero to survive huge bursts, then Tauren is the best choice for you. Then for one of the best PvP heroes in this tier we have the Rowena. She looks quite innocent, but actually she deals massive damage, and can also help executing enemies with her battle skill. She needs a team member that heavily applies frost on the enemies to perform to its maximum potential, but overall she's very overpowered in the right player hands. And then finally we have the Garika. She can slow enemy skills and is overall a control hero that relies and becomes strong when enemies use buffs that heavily scale. So she's a less universal carry hero and more of a special use hero that is purely meant for PvE. So then let's move over to the next category, which is the B tier. As tier S was more focused on damage and tanks, Then the A tier was more focused on support and control heroes. Well then now the B tier is more for all around budget heroes that are pretty easy to get into and they will carry you all the way to the end game. So we are going to start with the Liko. She works really nice with the healing based on target stats, and the buff blocking ultimate is also very great at the spelling, and the passive is also very nice, plus she has some very decent damage. Then next up we have the Sephrys. In theory, she's another great one that can easily avoid death the first time. Then he can even heal and resurrect, but the HP sacrifice that he gets will give you so many squishy situations, and that's why I can't rank him any higher than the B tier. Then for the next ones we have a very two similar heroes called the Lothar and Denj. Both of them are pretty solid with loads of poison on basic attacks, and the Mist is also nasty to deal against. All of their damage will scale with the poison damage numbers. Then afterwards we have the Kaledo. He is a good healer that overall helps you keep your team alive, and as most of his kit works on target percentage, so he can scale with legendaries and epics very easily. Then after him we have the Irina. She is a good choice as a rare hero in the Dragonheir because she can deal quite some damage. She can as well shield allies on the way when using skills, and she has some nice cleansing and enemy debuffs in her kit. So overall she is absolutely one of the better heroes in the endgame. And then, just before we continue, I want to quickly introduce you guys to the Celestial Alternate Summons. So from the 3rd November to the 9th, you will be able to summon heroes by using the Heliolite dice, and because of this event, you will get increased chance of getting very good heroes. And each few days, this event will change, thus giving you the chance to get different heroes. Here you can see all the heroes that you can right now summon. I personally will be going for the Jorn hero, as I need another fire hero with a strong flamethrower skill, so I can burn my enemies in AoE range, and eliminate them just all from one shot. Then as well, some other good heroes is the Hodhachir, Vinyara, and from epic heroes the Karaman. So guys, don't forget to participate in this event. And on top of all of this, you can go to the official Dragonheir Facebook page and speculate and react about the first mysterious silhouette which will soon be unfolded. So then with all of this said, now let's move over to the next category, which is the C tier. My first hero recommendation is the Gusni. He has nice freeze team support that deals some damage and extends buffs and shields, but outside of a specific team comp, it's very hard to find a good spot for him. Then next up we have the Garian. He has nice emergency rescue healing mechanics, especially with the battle skill that charges faster when your allies have lower health. Then as far as Nimbus goes, he works a little weird because he scales passively over attack speed and he can lock in on a target. At the end of the day, this is not a game changer, as his stats are in the same ballpark as most epic heroes, so he's a good hero to have. Then right after him we have the Brownin. He scales very good with the automatic damage, and upon a successful Wild check by allies he can deal pretty decent damage for a rare hero. And then finally we have the Lola. This is my most favorite epic hero because she has a great captain skill for extra damage in all battles. So then for one of the last categories we have the D tier, and here are all the heroes that deserve to be placed in here. So let's start with the Theodore. There are many layers about this hero, and his ultimate and battle skill and overall mechanics are rock solid, but big controversy is his passive. You can use it in a control team to charge up your carry and activate the ultimate quicker, but if the enemy lands control, you will have a bigger ultimate energy reduction on your carry, which makes him a high risk setup, and for the damage he deals, there are other better choices, so I'm absolutely not fan of him for a newer player. And then finally, the last hero that I recommend in the D tier, it is the Cholgar. He has nice targeting for enemies with the lowest HP, but overall he has the problem that he will consume the frost effects for direct damage, so frequently your frost team will have problems keeping him alive, and the damage he deals there is not quite worth it. So overall this hero is designed to make a frost burst team, but he is not the best hero to use for every single enemy. And then last but not least, we have come to the last category, which is the E tier. Overall, all the heroes that you can right now see on the screen are definitely worth this placement, and as there were hundreds of heroes, so if you did not see your hero from all the previous categories, then all of the rest heroes definitely deserve to be placed in the E tier. So then for my only two recommendations we have the Tia. She works alright in the early game with a Val team, as she gains her ultimate energy faster, but other than that, she contributes not much to the team, and only deals single target damage, that as a rare hero in Dragonheir, just has the limit at one point when fighting against other epic and legendary heroes. And then lastly we have the Emerald. He has the captain skill that will give you more HP for all allies in all battles, but that's probably it. His ultimate has a great description that actually doesn't work that well, so overall he can do great lightning damage, but he will not be strong enough for later endgame content, and that's about it. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback or other video ideas like hero guides or beginner tutorials that you would like to see for Dragonheir, then feel free to comment that in the comment section down below. I want to thank again Dragonheir Silent Gods for sponsoring this video, and don't forget guys to click the link description to download and play the game for free. Dragonheir is an open world game with a Western fantasy theme. The game incorporates many tabletop RPG mechanics represented by D&D. Dragonheir Silent Gods has already achieved over 5 million downloads, with less than a month since its global launch. The game is ranked number 1 in the download leaderboards in 13 regions. And overall, Dragonheir is the second blockbuster product released by Nuverse, the distributor of Marvel Snap. It was released at Apple's WWDC this year, and it has been adapted to the Apple's newest technology. So the game is also available on the Epic Games Store, Mac, iOS and Android. And you can link your account so you can take your progress through all the available platforms and devices including Steam. And if you found this video helpful, then please leave like, subscribe and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and you would not miss any more upcoming content. With that said, you have an amazing day and I will see you in my next video. So take it easy, peace.